Hello and welcome to Marketing Edge on TV, Nigeria's leading and only business initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. It is a 30-minute potpourri of brand news, branding focus, industry conversation, and everything in the mix aimed at promoting the brand idea. My name is Dele Agadumo. Welcome to the show.
The Nigerian marketing and advertising industry no doubt offer a huge potential for prospective investors and professionals with requisite skills and competencies to tap into the market. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of happenings and developments in the integrated marketing and communication space of the Nigerian economy. Watch out for top players, gladiators and professionals in the competitive business of brand management and management of brand business in Nigeria. From the cerebral and glamorous advertising professionals to the well-groomed marketing wizkid dictating and directing brand management business. Watch Marketing Edge on TV, only on TVC News.
Welcome to Brand News. RECMA, a research company which evaluates media agency billing and ranking globally, has rated MediaReach OMD as the leading media agency in Nigeria. The annual report, which was published recently, showed that MediaReach OMD led the industry with a 20.7% share of media buying and billing. The report noted that the Nigeria agency actually grew its market share by 7% in 2017 compared to 2016. And MediaReach has consistently topped the RECMA ranking since the report started in 2011. Mobile operators in Nigeria have said that they are committed to increasing financial inclusion in the country with additional 90 million new customers in the next 30 months. The operators such as MTN Nigeria, Airtel, Globacom and Nine Mobile have said that if given a level playing field to perform mobile money functions, they could significantly reduce the country's financial exclusion rate of about 41.6% to 20%. Apple and Google have held firm at the top of Interbrand's Best Global Brands report for the 6th consecutive year. The report values brands based on multiple criteria, such as the financial performance of the brands, their role in purchase decisions, and their competitive strength, among other variables. And Apple retains the top spot and becomes the first brand to reach a valuation of $200 billion. And Google's brand have also increased value by 10% to $155.5 million, and Amazon saw 56% growth to shoot its third place, clocking it at $100.7 million. And in the last 4 years, Nigerian businesses have been spending less and less on advertising, and this has had an adverse effect on the fortunes of the advertising industry, which has seen about 15 billion naira, or about 14.5% of its total value, wiped off since 2013. And according to the 2017 Media Facts released recently, Nigeria's total spend on above-the-line campaigns stood at 103 billion naira. But last year, only 88 billion naira was allocated to ATL activities, which reflected a loss of about 15 billion naira. Euromonitor International, a global marketing research firm, has rated Transsion Holdings, manufacturers of Tecno, Infinix, among other leading mobile brands, as the dominant brand in the Nigerian mobile phone industry. And in a September report, Euromonitor said the Chinese mobile company topped the industry with a retail market share of 75.2% from 73% in 2017. And GlaxoSmithKline GSK concluded the mandated global media report it launched in May with the selection of a custom publicist media team known as the Platform GSK as its global media agency of record. And Platform GSK will bring together talents from across publicist media with expertise in areas such as healthcare, consumer strategy and digital business transformation. Will also utilize the publicist People Cloud to create an end-to-end marketing platform and create a global data hub. And despite the current economic challenges, the Nigerian economy recorded a boost as the telecom sector was hugely contributed well over $70 billion to the gross domestic product GDP. And this was disclosed by the Executive Vice Chairman of the Nigerian Communications Commission, Mr. Umar Garba Dambata. Citing the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics reports, Professor Dambata affirmed that the industry's contribution to the GDP stood at $70 billion, adding that it is now on track to surpass that figure based on recent investment inflow into the sector.
Olasukomi Samuel Okpeifa, a teacher from Government Day Secondary School, Karu, Abuja, has emerged the winner of the 2018 Maltina Teacher of the Year competition. The annual event, which is organized by Nigerian Bureaus PLC, saw the new Maltina Teacher of the Year take home the star prize of 1 million naira, in addition to 500,000 naira he received as state champion from Abuja. He will also get 1 million naira every year for the next 5 years and a block of 6 classrooms built in his school by Nigerian Breweries. The Managing Director, Nigerian Breweries PLC, Jordi Borot Bay, explained that in line with its philosophy of winning with Nigeria, the company resolved in 1994 to play a more active role in the development of education in Nigeria when it established the Nigerian Breweries Felix Ohiwere Education Trust Fund with a commencement capital of 100 million naira. Public relations professionals have been advised to start selling their services in sachet in order to survive the harsh economic conditions in the country. The Group Managing Director, CMC Connect, Mr. Yomi Badejo Okusoya, made the call during the 3rd edition of the Lagos Digital PR Summit at the Sheraton Lagos Hotel in Lagos. And Bola Okusoya, while speaking on the topic 10 Big Things That Will Shape the Future of Public Relations, said that the move was necessary for PR practitioners to begin to sell their services in sachets because the Nigerian economy is going through what is called sachet economy at the moment.
And lastly, MTN Foundation invests over 20 billion naira on youth capacity development. In a bid to encourage human capacity development and deepen engagement with young people, MTN Foundation has invested over 20 billion naira on youth capacity development since its inception 12 years ago. And Mr. Dennis Okoro, a director of the foundation, said the foundation had invested such amount on youth capacity building towards ensuring that they have a better future through education and other skill acquisition programs. He also revealed that over 1,000 students have benefited this year alone from the awards of scholarships to the youths. And that's it on Brand News on Marketing Edge on TV for this week. Hayat Kimia Holding Company is the largest paper tissue manufacturer in the Middle East, Eastern Europe and Africa. The company is also regarded as the 5th largest branded baby diapers manufacturer and a global player in the FMCG industry, reaching millions of homes in more than 100 countries. Hayat Kimia Holding has more than 30 years' experience in the FMCG industry, manufacturing goods in hygiene, tissue and home care categories, offering well-established brands such as Bingo, Tests, Familia and Focus and others. With nearly 17,000 employees around the globe, Hayat Holding offers 39 brands manufactured in 29 plants and distributed in more than 100 countries on 5 continents. Established in 1937, Hayat Holding consists of 41 companies that operate in various industries including FMCG, port operations, construction, wood and energy. Hayat Kimia's headquarters is located in Turkey and has subsidiaries in Iran, Egypt, Bulgaria, Algeria, Morocco, Russia, Nigeria and Pakistan. The Nigerian operation was started in 2015 with the launch of Mofix Diaper, as the Turkish multinational company sought to widen its global footprint and grow its revenue. As at the time of its entry into Nigeria, the market was dominated by P&G's Pampers and Huggies, but soon after Mofix's introduction, the diaper market landscape began to change as consumers started to gradually gravitate towards the Turkish brand. The brand has steadily and consistently won consumers' heart by its commitment to quality and innovative marketing initiatives. Market research indicates the mothers prefer Molfix because it is designed to give babies full protection and keeps their skins dry and healthy around the clock. Its market penetration strategy has also been aided by its lower price alongside quality products, while investing in backward integration to cut costs of production. With the company generating its own power, the cost of production is lower and there is more control over pricing. Determined to consolidate its position and become a market leader in the tissue and hygiene paper market in Nigeria, the company also launched 2 new tissue brands, Familia and Papia, in 2017, which coincided with the launch of Hayat Kimia's $100 million ultra-modern factory in Agbara, Lagos. The factory was built to ease and facilitate the production of the company's products with the aim of enabling it to replicate its position in Nigeria as the largest tissue manufacturer in Africa, Middle East, and of course, Eastern Europe, with about 420,000 tons capacity per year. And that's it on Branding Focus on Marketing Edge on TV.
The Nigerian marketing and advertising industry no doubt offer a huge potential for prospective investors and professionals with requisite skills and competencies to tap into the market. Marketing Edge on TV is a potpourri of happenings and developments in the integrated marketing and communication space of the Nigerian economy. Watch out for top players, gladiators and professionals in the competitive business of brand management and management of brand business in Nigeria. From the cerebral and glamorous advertising professionals to the well-groomed marketing wizkid dictating and directing brand management business. Watch Marketing Edge on TV, only on TVC News.
And that was our Brand in Focus. And if you just tuned in, this is still Marketing Edge on TV, Nigeria's leading and #1 program where we talk about the business of brand management and the management of brand business. And right now we will be talking industry conversation, and with me today to discuss a very interesting topic, I have Otome Oyo. He is a consummate professional, marketing professional with extensive brand and marketing strategy experience in the FMCG industry. And today we shall be talking about marketing and brand management in a post-recessionary economy. You're welcome to the program, Otome.
Thank you very much.
Now, first and foremost, I know, let's try to define what, how do we assess the Nigerian marketing environment as it is right now? I think
the Nigerian marketing environment right now is a very distinct function of where we are as a nation economically. Okay. I was speaking to someone recently, and we talked about the fact that yes, Nigeria is technically out of a recession, but the effects of the recession are just beginning to hit. So we will still have some time before we are fully out of the recession. Now, what that means from a marketing perspective is that we as marketeers have to find more innovative ways and more cost-efficient ways to reach out to consumers, because obviously when things get tough, the first thing that gets cut is the marketing budget. But we still need to communicate to consumers, or else nobody's going to buy our product. So it's a very dicey situation that the marketing community finds itself in these days.
So what about the marketing services business vis-a-vis the brand management environment?
I think the truth is the two of them work hand in hand. Okay. So the truth is that if the brand management side is facing challenges, the marketing services side is going to face even greater challenges. And if you think about over the last couple of years, the proliferation of the number of agencies, both creative, trade-focused agencies, activation agencies that have happened in this country because of the boom prior to the recession, everybody is fighting for a piece of a very small and even shrinking pie. So obviously, they also will be facing significant challenges.
So what about the marketing challenges when it comes to the management of brand business in the country presently?
I think the greatest challenge that brand management as a function faces is being more strategic. Over a long period of time, I think brand marketeers have, for all intents and purposes, lost their place in the boardroom. And the marketing function has been replaced. Part of it has been replaced by the strategy function, and then of course you've taken. When I started in marketing, the marketer did everything. You did media management, you did brand management, you did trade marketing, but all of those functions have now been stripped apart, and everybody's trying to look for that singular mix that works. So brand marketing has now been taken apart, and as marketeers we have to become more and more strategic and have a more holistic view of the businesses within which we operate, so that we can have some say in the way things happen.
So how would you say that marketing services is impacting the brand management right now in the recession period?
I think if you look at the average sort of marketing department within an organization, that number is beginning to shrink. You have fewer and fewer people doing more and more, and so the agencies and the marketing services companies are the ones are doing quite a bit of the heavy lifting. I think where marketing services companies need to come in is helping brand managers to come up with innovative solutions in the market, because the truth is a brand manager, a marketing manager and a couple of brand managers can only do so much, but a well-teamed marketing services organization can help with implementing the strategy. So strategy gets born within the organization, but obviously implementing it out there and knowing exactly where to go, who to talk to and how to talk to them, negotiation of costs and things like that is going to sit with the marketing services company. So the truth is the two have to work hand in hand.
So then if we have to relate both of them, how do you relate offer the requisite ROI on the overall company's goals and objectives in this post-recessionary period?
I think first things first, ROI has become sort of the watchword in boardrooms across the country.
Okay.
But I think with marketing, it's difficult to measure ROI. When I say difficult, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's difficult, because marketing is an investment. An investment takes time to yield fruit. And I think an understanding of that is what is going to help companies understand when they are making a marketing investment, they know that they are trying to get more people within the economy to consume their products. Maybe not more frequently, but at least more people. If you think about it, we've got 180 million people in this country. With 180 million people, you can potentially be a very successful business. But if you've got 20 brands within the same segment fighting for the same 180 million people, and let's be honest, of that 180 million people, we are talking about 30% who are middle class and upper. Fine, that is the population of many African countries, but the truth is, for a country for a country with the potential of Nigeria, you need to be able to realize even more than that 30%. So when you think about ROI, you need to think about a longer time frame for that ROI. Most companies, unfortunately, are looking at a 12-month ROI period. In fact, sometimes marketing activities are expected to deliver within the first 3 months, or else they are cut. So it's dicey, and I think, again, the understanding from the marketing community about how strategic and how embedded within the entire company strategy, and in fact leading that company strategy from a marketing perspective, is going to be important, because that's how we're going to be successful in the long term. So
would you say that's one of the challenges faced by the brand, by the marketing and the brand management in the
trying to justify what it is that they're doing from an ROI perspective? Because if you think about it, so a finance person thinks about ROI, meaning I put in a particular amount of money and I get an ROI of 10%. If I put in $1 million, I expect to get 100,000 back. Now with marketing, the time frames for those things are usually longer, and so a finance person puts it in and expects a return in 12 months. A marketeer will be thinking about putting it in and seeing a return over the next 3 years, but an exponential return. So being able to get the rest of the organization to think in that way, in the light of the recessionary pressures that we're facing, because everybody wants delivery now, because it's a very tight time for us in Nigeria.
So everybody wants delivery now. What should a marketing professional and a brand management person, what should the person do to survive?
Know your stuff. I think first of all, knowing your stuff is important, because I think over time we have seeded our function and we have seeded our power, as it were, to other functions. So when you sit in meetings and in cross-functional meetings, everybody is a marketeer, everybody is a marketing professional all of a sudden. So the first things first, we need to know our stuff. Okay. But more importantly, we need to know what is going on within the organization as a whole. So even if you're in marketing, you need to know what's happening in production, you need to know what's happening in finance, you need to know what's happening in sales. And you need to be able to look at that as a whole and look at it from a strategic perspective and say, okay, how does marketing affect each and every one of these things, right? And also, more importantly, I tell people that I work with, learn to have financial conversations. Everybody else in the organization talks in dollars and cents, naira and kobo, pounds and pence.
Okay.
Marketers tend to talk in pretty pictures. We tend to talk, oh, we're going to, grow top of mind awareness, we're going to do all of those things. I get that, but you need to be able to translate that into dollars and cents. If you can't, nobody's listening.
Okay. So finally, what should marketing and brand management people, what should they be looking out for in terms of sustainability in the industry? Well, the post-recession actually.
I think when we think about marketing campaigns as a whole, where the world is going is looking for more. When we talk about sustainability, is looking at campaigns and activities that touch that which is basic about humanity. Trying to come up with a campaign or trying to activate a campaign that causes the consumer to think a little too much is problematic. And I'll give you examples of things that have worked. I used to work for the Coca-Cola company. One of the most powerful campaigns globally that Coke ever implemented was the Share a Coke campaign. How do you get people to walk into ShopRite and completely scatter shelves? And the guys in ShopRite are not bothered, simply because they're looking for a bottle with their name on it. I remember there was a picture that went viral across Africa. At that time, I wasn't even in the country, but we monitored it. This guy walked into ShopRite. He had a very complicated name, took the shelves apart, didn't find his name, and Coke actually made him a bottle with his name on it. That is an intrinsic human campaign, and those are the kinds of campaigns that we need to be looking at. Anything that causes the consumer to have to think too much, you're going to have challenges. And the good thing about those kinds of campaigns is that they stretch not just from a mental availability perspective, but also drive physical availability, which is consumers actually make a choice to go and look for your brand when you have those kinds of campaigns. So the kinds of campaigns and the kinds of activities we should be looking at are those that speak to a genuine human truth, that which is important to every human being.
So basically, for sustainability, you should be looking at meeting the immediate need of your consumer.
Immediate need, but also because immediate need of a consumer is maybe the product fulfills a specific need. But when you think about the way consumers make choices, I read a book recently, How Brands Grow, and they were talking about the fact that human beings are cognitive misers. We don't want to think too much. We walk into a store, we know what we're picking, and the truth is you can stand in front of a shelf for minutes on end looking for the same thing. It's there, but you can't see it because you're looking for a specific thing, and if you don't see it, you don't pick it. And so what we must do is to give consumers things that they can understand very quickly, but that speak to a human truth. So even if you are trying to promote a brand, you know that brand fulfills a particular need in a consumer, but getting the consumer to choose is a totally different thing. So a bottle of water fulfills a need, but what you want the consumer to pick is your bottle of water. The question is, how do you get them to do that? How do you drive that top of mind awareness where a consumer says, this is the brand of water that I am going to buy? And so the campaigns and the activities that are tied to that brand must answer a basic human truth. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much, Otome, for being on the program.
Thank you very much.
And it's still Marketing Edge on TV. We're still doing the industry conversation, and we have been speaking with Otome Oyo, a marketing professional with extensive brand and marketing strategy experience in the FMCG industry. And we have been discussing marketing and brand management in a post-recessionary economy. Stay with us. Well, all too soon we have come to the end of Marketing Edge on TV for this week. It is Nigeria's #1 and leading initiative in the business of brand management and the management of brand business. And we have talked about brand news, brand in focus, and of course our industry conversation. Be sure to join us again next week where we shall bring you another package on Marketing Edge on TV. My name is Dele Agadumo. Enjoy the rest of your week. God bless.